Precious metals, let's just talk gold, are interesting because people use them or imagine that they're some sort of hedge against a protection, an insurance against monetary instability, right? Since the last half century, the fundamental fact about human societies around the world is we've been living in fiat money regimes. There's nothing, sorry to break it to you, but there's nothing that backs money. It doesn't exchange for anything automatically, just other money or goods at whatever the prices happen to be that day. And for many people, that really leaves them feeling deeply insecure. And so there has always been, ever since the end of the gold standard de facto in August 71, fully from the spring of 73, a group of people who hanker after the kind of stability that comes from owning something that has inherent value. Surprisingly, they see gold as being that thing, because it's quite difficult, really. It doesn't have that many uses. There is huge global demand for gold in jewelry. There's a small amount of global demand for it for industrial purposes, but largely it's held as just this sort of asset that's traded back and forth between rather anxious conservative people. And there's a lot of them, and they're quite influential, and so they buy it back and forth. It's like trading cards. And that's why it's like crypto, because crypto is another version of that. Crypto is a digital version of an asset which promises, by virtue of its artificial scarcity, to somehow maintain its value or even rise in value over time, because demand for it will putatively rise, and there is an ultimately finite number of Bitcoin that will ever be issued, and so something's got to give, and it'll be the price of Bitcoin that keeps on going up in the imaginary of people who are committed to this project. What's been astonishing is that gold has actually held up relatively well in the current inflationary scenario. It's not at its peaks, but it's kind of doing its classic thing. But Bitcoin absolutely hasn't, right? This has been one of the really astonishing discoveries of this moment, because you'd think in an inflationary moment, people would rush into crypto, which was thought of as a hedge against inflation. The opposite has happened.